Hey everyone, this is First Warren Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich. Quick update on the snow falling this morning, and then we'll start talking about our Friday into Saturday storm. You can see this quick moving clipper type system, really strong, what we call vorticity maximum. It's basically a little area of energy in the mid levels of the atmosphere. It's moving through, and there are reports of snow now making it east of the mountains. We're starting to see some snow reports around parts of McDowell County, Rutherford County, and I don't think it's going to be too long before we see snow falling across the foothills and into the Piedmont. Now, there's still some snow back to the west, and it might mix in with a little bit of sleet this afternoon, but we're going to see maybe a dusting to a half an inch, especially from Charlotte north. So this is kind of the precursor to the big storm that's going to be heading our way for the weekend. So let me start talking about that. And the model we're going to look at here is the NAM model. And the reason I'm using the NAM model, for those that ask, I'm looking at all the data. Trust me, we don't look at just one model. But the reason I'm kind of showing the NAM model is I don't agree with all of the parameters of it, but it does a fairly good job with the type of precipitation that falls in winter storms and timing. So the reason I'm using it is I really think the potential is increasing from the Charlotte area just to the north that we could see some ice and maybe some ice mixed with snow. The problem with an event like this is you're going to see a mixture of just about everything. The question is, how long does it stay one type of precipitation over another? So this is looking at Friday morning. We're starting at 2 a.m. In the morning. You could see some sleet, freezing rain, and again, I don't think the model's even handling this very well because the air is pretty cold and dry over us now, and it's likely going to stay that way. Notice the snow that really piles up along Interstate 40 into the mountains, and then as we go through the day on Friday, it might change back to ice or freezing rain. It really looks like a North Carolina, South Carolina border north event with the worst weather along Interstate 40. If I were to say an area that I am most concerned about that is going to get clobbered by this storm, I would have to say it's this area right in here from Asheville to Statesville to Greensboro to Raleigh. This area right in here probably seeing the most significant impacts, and then around Charlotte a little lesser amounts, and then as you go into South Carolina it could be mostly rain, but even there we're going to see snow maybe at the tail end. Here's the system cranking up. That's a lot of ice in Charlotte, folks. A lot of ice in Charlotte up to Interstate 40. And again, we're going to see everything. It's hard for me to tell. People are going to ask, and what are we going to see? Everything. Literally everything. It's just a matter of how much. Now, this is why I think everyone will eventually see snow on the backside of this. Once all the mess, the wintry mess moves out as we go into Saturday night, we're going to see some snow on the backside. I'm going to say Saturday night, sometime on Saturday, because this definitely looks like there'll be some wraparound moisture, and we'll see some snow on Saturday into Saturday night. So Saturday looks like mainly a snow event on the backside, and then by the time the Panthers game, obviously we go into Sunday, things will clear out. It'll be cold. Let's take a look at a couple of graphics. First of all, I'll show you one of the graphics I build quite often. This is our snowfall model. Kind of alignment for Charlotte, and you can see the Euro is way up there at 6+. The GFS is around 4.5, 5 inches, and even our NAM model is about 2 inches. The RPM model, by the way, not showing a whole lot yet, which is kind of interesting because it tends to do pretty decent in these events. Here's our RPM model for snowfall, just to give you an idea, and you can see how the mountains and foothills get clobbered. This is significant. This is 8, 9, 10. Maybe more inches. I don't want to get specific totals yet. We're not ready to draw a map, but kind of gives you an idea. But here's the biggest concern for me right now. Ice. The potential for ice with this event is huge. The way the profiles in the atmosphere set up right now, we've got cold, dry air trapped at the surface with overrunning warm air. This screams ice. Now, this line, and you can see how much ice is over Charlotte, this could likely shift north or south. This could shift up here with later model runs. It could shift up here. It could stay right there. I actually think if it's going to shift, it's this area right in here. We're going to end up with more ice. So just be prepared, folks. People want snow. They want to know what they're going to see. The only thing I can tell you, and this is really, really crucial, please listen really carefully, this is going to be a big, impactful storm for the Western Carolinas. It's just a matter of what type of impact. Is it going to be ice, snow, or a combination of all those, sleet, maybe all three? Either way, even if you cut the totals, reduce the amounts, it's going to have an impact. And the area that's going to have the biggest impact right now, and is probably the surest bet, it's that Interstate 40 corridor. So I will post another update later today once we get some more model runs in here, but just want to give you a quick update on what's going on. And again, this morning, don't forget, we've got some snow falling out there right now across the area. This is light snow, but again, a dusting to 1/2 inch is possible. Please stay tuned for continuous updates to NBC Charlotte, WCNC.com, our Weathercaster app, and our social media as this storm approaches on Friday into Saturday.